That is the weirdest sake I've ever had, for sure. What's up, little cups? We're gonna try 3 different sakes, and they're from 3 different cool locations, all outside of Japan. So the first one is right here in Brooklyn, New York. We're gonna try some Brooklyn Kura Lake Effect Nagori sake. Second up, we're traveling over to Nashville, Tennessee to visit Proper Sake Co. And we're gonna have their Kimoto Daiginjo sake, which is stunning, beautiful. And then finally, we're gonna travel all the way over to Paris, France for Wakazi's barrel-aged sake that's finished in a Pinot Noir barrel from Burgundy. So yeah, 3 amazing sakes, all not from Japan, and all with their own unique spin on sake. And can't wait, let's try it, let's get into it. First up, we're gonna try this Brooklyn Kura Lake Effect. Now, Brooklyn Kura is right here in Brooklyn. It's in Industry City, and they had a location, they moved to a bigger location, and they are partnered with Hakkasan Brewery in Japan. Let's crack this bad boy open, and we'll talk about it a little bit. Yeah, it's nice and cloudy a little bit, because this is a Nagori, which is a cloudy sake, which means it's been roughly filtered. Super fruity on the nose. Oh, that's just magnificent. Dang it, that's good. That's so good. It's so fresh tasting and fruity, and it's sweet, but it's like light and well balanced. It's lighter, but it's like so perfect. Like, I freaking love whatever that is. That's what I love. And the milling rate is 50%, which is crazy. That's probably why it's so refined and has such a delicate flavor profile while still being like super fruity and super yummy. So the texture isn't gritty, which I come to expect sometimes with a Nagori, but I think they've done such a good job of like giving you that texture with the cloudy sake without making it too much, too pulpy. Even though I love like a lot of texture in a beverage like this, I think it's really, it's done super well, and I actually also enjoy this. It's like light pulp. It's like a light pulp orange juice. Everything I've had from Brooklyn Kura is truly outstanding, and they're doing it right. And when you're doing it right, you're doing it right. All right, so next up, we're gonna revisit this soft power from Nashville, Tennessee. This Kimoto Daiginjo sake, which every time I've had it, I've absolutely loved. But it's been a minute. I think I got it in January, and we're in the end of August while I'm filming this video. And so it's been 8 months. So it's a long time to kind of have a sake, but especially the Kimoto, which is like this way, the way the yeast starter is created, or moto. And the flavor profile is more funky, so like it's gonna evolve and change as it sits in the bottle, and that's kind of exciting to me. Like, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? I don't know. So let's pour this baby out. Proper Sake is also one of my favorites. I actually got to visit there recently, and it's a beautiful space, and I tried the Nagori when I was there, and that was also stupid good, so that was exciting. We got 16 to 18% alcohol on this bottle. It's a Kimoto Daiginjo umami. It's an umami bomb. It's so good. It's so like, yeah, that's what it is. Like, sometimes I think about umami and I'm just like, what is it? What, mushrooms, Parmesan cheese? What is that thing? And then I taste this Kimoto from Proper, and I'm just like, oh, that's what umami is. That's exactly what it is. It's this like, it's not savory, it's something else. And that's what this, I get so much of that on this. Yum, that is really good. I'd say it's lighter, a tad sweet, but really rich with umami. Now the final sake that I've been waiting to try for a very long time. I always wanted, I don't know, I think it's because like I also enjoy whiskey, so I think I've wanted to try aged sakes just to see what happens, to see if some of those like vanilla, caramel, brown sugar notes are passed on. Now this isn't aged in a whiskey barrel, it's aged in a red wine barrel, so I'm assuming you're getting maybe some of these dark fruit notes, but I have no idea. I have no idea what this is gonna taste like, because I've never had sake that's been finished in a red wine oak barrel, so I can't imagine what that's gonna taste like. I have tried sake that's aged in a fresh cedar barrel, which I personally did not like, but I've only had one. And so, yeah, this is going to be a moment for me. I found this bottle in Industry City and was so curious. I think I paid 47 bucks for it. Let's crack this baby open. I don't want to wait any longer. I want to see the color. Also, just so temperature wise, for the Brooklyn Cora, I've had it cold. And then for the soft power, I've also had that cold. But for this Wakazi barrel sake, I'm having at room temperature. It says ambient temperature, and you can also have it warm. It's gonna be on the sweeter side, and the alcohol percentage is 14%. Not as dark as I thought it was gonna be, but it is definitely getting some color from that barrel. I don't know why I imagined it to be just red, because those barrels are emptied, but yeah, it definitely gained some of the hue from the burgundy barrels. You can see that. It's pretty freaking sick. Let's nose this bad boy. Okay. Wow. That completely changed everything. This is super savory on the nose. Almost actually like a butter cake, like like a butter loaf, you know, like a pound cake. Definitely some vanilla. Wow, holy cow. That is completely, that's wacky. This was actually bottled in 2022. So right now we are sitting in 2025 and we're drinking it. So that's just completely different for me. In general, sake most often is about freshness and having it as fresh as possible. And this is something that is really cool and exciting for me to see in sake, which is like stuff being aged and seeing what happens over time. We are gonna also sit on that bottle and let it age more in the bottle and just see what happens now that we've opened it. First, let's now go into the palate. Yeah, so interesting. It definitely leans more towards a wine. That first sip, I'm gonna need to revisit this because I think it is very complex. The first sip I did not like. It was too much. It was too rich, too fruity. But the second sip was much better. It was much more balanced of a flavor experience. Wow, that is funky. That is weird. That is the weirdest sake I've ever had, for sure. Yeah. Bar none, hands down, which is extremely exciting because I feel like people have this perception of sake as it's this one thing, and this totally destroys that. Like, if you like good or red wine, I think this is an interesting sort of sidestep exploratory mission for you to go on. Like, this is really awakening my senses and like freaking me out. It just gets better and better. This would be a great after dinner kind of drink, you know, when you're just like, you've had like your great meal and you're just with your buddies and your friends and your pals and your lovers, and then you're just sitting there and you're just enjoying something like that's rich, and your taste buds are kind of numb from all the other alcohol you've potentially had and the rich flavors and foods that you've had. That is fascinating. It's super rich. It's almost viscous. I mean, it's at room temp as well, but yeah, it's pretty sweet. Like, it definitely finishes on the back of your palate, like really sweet. That's fun, man. Sake is fun as hell. This is crazy. This is a wild one. Like some oakiness, some vanilla. They say burnt black tea or roasted black tea on the back. I'm not getting that. Yeah, roasted black tea. I don't know what that, I guess it is sort of like more bitter in a way than these other sakes, than other sakes I've tried. So I guess that could be a part of it. But wow, really interesting. Overall recap. The Brooklyn Cora is super well balanced, perfectly sweet, a little creamy without being gritty at all for a Nagori cloudy sake. Soft power, absolute umami bomb, delicious, changes over time. I drink both of these first two cold and really enjoy them. They're both fantastic sakes. One's from Brooklyn and one is from Nashville, Tennessee. And then we have the Wakazi barrel aged in the red burgundy Pinot Noir barrels, the sake there, and it's from Paris, France, which is super cool. I just love that. It has a lot of that French influence. It's got the wine notes with the oak barrels and made in Burgundy. I mean, the Burgundy barrels, come on, you can't really lose with that. But yeah, so fantastic. So fun to see stuff outside of Japan and really see stuff that's just gonna go wild, freak out your palate, and test what you think sake is. That's amazing. Thanks for joining me today. Love y'all. Appreciate you. Join the One Cup Club. See you next time. Love ya.